Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another video. So quick channel update, I guess. I was thinking about making a separate video for this, but then I was like, why not just make the video like 20 minutes and talk about it in the beginning? You may notice this is not a Dissecting the Macabre or an indie movie review on a Tuesday. I know, what's going on? Or you could just not give a fuck. That's also an option. Probably the more common option. So did some thinking after my little personal video last week, did some me time thinking. I'm also just gonna shout out Spooky Astronauts Emma. We had a Skype conversation as well this past weekend, and she gave me some really, great advice and just, let me rant at her for a little bit, which I do appreciate. I love you so much, Emma. And I was thinking, I like my Monday through Friday schedule, and you guys don't seem to think that's too many videos. I've not gotten any complaints like, bitch, you posting too many videos a week, like just chill the fuck out. But I do obviously want to make them better, and I'm going to put all of my remaining energy every single day into making these videos better. But I think what I want to do is on Tuesdays kind of make it like Weird Wednesdays and just have it as a free space where it's not necessarily a movie review. I know you guys really like all the different movies that I review, but I still got new movie reviews, stale and exhumed, so I can still watch tons of horror movies and talk about them with you guys. But I might also want to venture into other horror related topics. I could do like some real crime stuff, some internet creepy stuff, I don't know, other things. And it could be like, obviously I don't want to stop doing Dissecting the Macabre. I do really like doing that, but I do want to do less of them because I want to make them better, and I just want to make them better. So I want to spend more time on each one instead of just throwing them out every other week and them just being mediocre. Right, anyway, so that's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna start it off with a tag video. I promise it's not gonna be like, oh, Tuesday tags. No, I don't want to do that many tags. I did get tagged to do 2 tags, which I'm sorry, I hope it's not rude for me to put them together. It's gonna be an ultra long video, especially with this intro being like 3 minutes long. As soon as I get tagged by one person to do something, I feel like I get tagged, like within like the same day, I'll get tagged like 2 or 3 other times, and then I'm kind of just a little bit overwhelmed. So I'm just gonna put them as one video. They're both fairly short tags, so instead of just having one teeny tiny video, I'll just have one extra long video. I'm trying to get to that 4,000 hour watch time thing, and I'm so close, you guys. So even if you don't want to watch the rest of this video, I know maybe it's dishonest, but I would really appreciate it if maybe you just like muted my annoying ass and just let the video run till the end of the watch time. Thanks. It's been like 5 minutes now already of recording, and I haven't thanked my creepy patron peeps. I do want to thank you guys. Thank you so much for your support of my channel. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description. First up, I'm going to do a tag which was created by the Movie Void. I'll link his channel in the description box. It'll probably be popping up around my head somewhere as well. He is the creator of this tag. So yeah, it's only 5 questions. Again, that's why I wanted to group them together, because they're both fairly short. And the tag he has made is the So Bad It's Good tag. Right, so you can imagine what it's about. Let's just jump right into it. The first question is, what is so great about So Bad It's Good movies? And the fact that they're so bad that they're good. I don't know, I feel like there's something endearing a little bit about, this may be condescending, but there's something endearing about a filmmaker who just set out to make something genuinely good and just fail so bad at it. It is great that people still get enjoyment out of it, and instead of it just being a horrible movie that nobody watches, it does become good for a reason, and people do get enjoyment out of it. So I think that's what's great about So Bad It's Good movies. Question 2. What are some of your favorite So Bad They're Good movies? Some of the these ones are pretty popular. I feel like they're pretty common, but I really like Plan 9 from Outer Space. You guys suggested that to me, and I watched it not too long ago. Fucking loved it. Troll 2, obviously, amazingly bad. And the 2006 version of The Wicker Man. Also, I was trying to keep it horror. There are also some other ones out there that aren't necessarily horror, but they are also so bad that they're good. But 3, would you rather spend a day watching so bad they're good movies or comedies? Actually, I would probably go with comedies. I don't have a very high tolerance for so bad they're good movies, and I also feel like that's super subjective. But there can, like, somebody could go watch Troll 2 and, you know, it just, maybe it's not funny for them. Like, they don't find it funny, that it's just so bad, they just find it bad. And so I feel like in that way it's like hit or miss. I could sit down to watch a movie that everyone's like, oh, it's so bad it's good, and I could just, for whatever reason, it just doesn't make me laugh, and I just sitting here watching a bad movie. So I'd rather watch a comedy. 4, what are some of your favorite underrated / undiscovered so bad it's good movies, or generally films most people don't consider to be so bad it's good but you do? Wow, that's a question. I didn't really know how to answer the question because it's so similar to the second one, I feel like. I don't know any so bad they're good movies that are underrated or undiscovered. The only one I can think of is The Hangman's Curse, which I've talked about a lot. And which one of you actually enlightened me that it's like actually technically a Christian movie, which makes a whole lot of sense, like why there's so much about like God and things like that in the movie. But it's pretty bad. I do highly recommend watching it. It has, like, to me it's good. Like, I think it's like funny bad, but yeah, that's the only one I can think of. I don't know. The only reason it's probably undiscovered is because it's not actually a horror movie. I thought it was supposed to be a horror movie when I was younger and I watched it. Guess I was wrong. The 5th and final question is reenact or quote some of your favorite scenes in so bad it's good movies. And the only ones I can think of off the top of my head are just some from the ones I mentioned earlier. Troll 2, obviously, so many quotes, like pretty much every line and scene in that movie is just pure gold. Pure shitty gold. But obviously the best one in there is the
Bog! It's goblet spelled backwards!
Another one obviously that comes to mind is in 2006, The Wicker Man.
What is it? What is it? What is it? Oh no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah!
That whole scene is just like the perfect example of just like textbook overacting. Like I said, so that was from the movie Void. I don't know who to tag. I don't know who Ivan has tagged already. So if you haven't done this tag and you want to do this tag, I am officially tagging you. So go ahead if you want to do it. Yeah, I don't know who to tag anymore. Okay, now on to the next one. So this tag, I actually came dressed specifically for this tag. I know you can't see it that well, but you can see the main event. Stroking my boob. You can see the main person here that we're going to talk about. So obviously this is the Scream tag created by Lizzie, aka Carnage Candy. So obviously I will link her video along with Movie Void in the description box. Her channel probably popped up somewhere near my head as well. This one, yeah, I didn't write down answers to either one of these, so I always feel like that sometimes will make it go quicker. Like I'll get through it faster and not talk as much, but I think I just talk a lot no matter what. The first question is, what is your favorite movie in the franchise? Obviously it's the first one, but I'm gonna answer this question excluding the first one because that's the obvious answer. Besides the first one, I actually like the fourth one the best. Like the internet culture and being internet famous and things like that. I feel like it just, I don't know, I just feel like it does it really well. I think it fits really well for the movie. Second question, what is your least favorite movie in the entire franchise? I'll have to go with the third one. But when I say it's my least favorite, I still love the movie and I've still seen it multiple times. So it's like, it's really just the one I like the least, not the one I don't like the most. You know what I mean? 3, favorite killer. So this gets into spoiler territory. So I will just say be forewarned because obviously I have to tell you who my favorite killer is. And it'll give it away for whichever movie I'm talking about. I'm gonna have to go with Billy's mom, Mrs. Loomis. She's batshit crazy and I fucking love her in the movie. Like she is just like, she's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I don't know, I fucking love it. Like totally like mother, like son. It's just amazing, I love it. 4, least favorite killer. That one I'm giving to Roman from Scream 3, who is, spoiler alert, Sydney's half-brother. Yeah, I just, that's what I don't like about the third Scream, is that ending with the whole like, Sydney has a half-brother and blah, 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 blah. I just thought that was a bit like, okay. And they poke fun at it, like that's like what the third movie in the franchise is supposed to do, but I was just not here for it. 5, favorite mask. I watched Lizzie's video and I'll just share the same picture that she shared. Apparently there's difference in the masks, they're very slight. I don't know, the first one, like, I mean, I can obviously see the slight variations in them, but they're all obviously the same mask. So the first one, I guess. 6, favorite of the original 3, meaning Sid, Gale, and Dewey. I'm gonna go with Dewey. I think actually I might actually like him more than Sydney. I love his character. There's something just so like kind of childlike about him and very endearing about him. He's kind of like a hapless cop, you know what I mean? And he's just so good and so dorky and he's so very uncool, but in that way that makes him cool. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't know, I just really like his character. 7, do you have any collectibles? I'm not much of a collectibles person. Most of the stuff I have is from like subscription boxes and things like that. I do have my Scream mask, which is back here, obviously. I got this in, there was that like collector's edition pack of the first 3 movies. And this came with it, so I got that. I have my salt and pepper shakers. I don't know if I want to grab them because I feel like I'm going to drop them. But I've shown them before. They're 2 like salt and pepper shakers that are made to look like Corona bottles. So instead of Corona Extra, it says Craven Extra, and then it has Ghostface on it, and they both say Scream and salt and pepper. Which obviously there's no salt or pepper in either of those, but I do love it. I ordered something from Butchavision and it just came with it. I didn't order it. But obviously I was excited about because I love Scream. And that's about it. I'll probably hopefully insert a clip here. I do have a Lee Howard art print that I have nicely framed. It's hanging on my wall of Ghostface. And I do have a drawing that I got back when I used to get horror d'oeuvres, and they drew me and made me so many awesome things, like Just For Me, which I fucking loved, and they did draw me a ghost face, which I've yet to have framed, which I'm going to get framed. I don't know, mostly I just don't have the money for collectibles. If I had the money for it, I would buy way too much. Right, anyways, so yeah, those are my collectibles. 8, do you want there to be a Scream 5 and who would you want to direct it? Well, I wouldn't. I think you guys know at this point how I feel about like franchises going on way too long and just like constantly rebooting it and creating sequels and prequels and all this shit. I'm not here for it. Sometimes I just wish they would let the big franchises go. Not let them go, like I feel like that's what everyone feels like if they stop making Friday the 13th and Screams and A Nightmare on Elm Street. If they stop making stuff for it, people will forget about it, which is just insane. Nobody's gonna forget about those movies. So the quick answer is I don't want there to be a Scream 5, but if there had to be a Scream 5 and for whatever reason they came to me and like, Vicky, who's gonna direct it, since we don't have Wes Craven anymore on this earthly plane, unfortunately, if it had to be anybody, if we had to have a Scream 5, I would want Kevin Williamson to direct it because he is like, he's the only person left on this earth that knows Scream as well as Wes Craven did. 9th and final question. So if there were going to be a Scream 5, how would you feel about the original 3, again, Sydney, Gale, and Dewey, being killed off? It would depend on how it was done. I wouldn't want it to be like the typical slasher shit where they're killed off really quickly at the beginning of the movie and then the rest of the movie is not about any of them. And frankly, I feel like for some of them, it wouldn't make any sense for them to get killed off. Like, come on, like Sydney is at that point in her life, you know, at the end of, even at the beginning of 4, where she has been through some shit and she is more than capable of taking care of herself. So if she were to get killed off, it would have to be by a formidable foe. Like, if any of them had to die in a hypothetical Scream 5, I would actually rather it be Dewey or Gale. Because I feel like ultimately all the Scream movies are just about torturing Sydney Prescott. Like, she has been through so much traumatic shit. Like, all of her friends around her, friends and family, just constantly dying. I'd rather it be, I think it'd be more meaningful if it was Dewey and or Gale, and then Sydney still made it to the end of the movie. She's made it to the end of 4 movies. All 3 of them had. So I don't know, if it, like, depending on how it was done, I feel like it'd be a pretty cheap shot to kill them off. Like, it'd be like, really? They make it through 4 movies only to be killed in the 5th one? Nah. Anyways, yeah, so that tag was created by Lizzie, aka Carnage Candy. And once again, I don't know who to tag, so if you haven't done, actually, I will go ahead and say if you want to do the tag, I officially tag you, but I guess I'll go ahead and tag Rotting Llama Productions because I know he really likes Scream as well. All right, so those are my 2 tag videos. Let me know what you guys think about the little mini change to Tuesdays. I will be cutting back on my blog posting as well and just eliminating some of the stuff I've been doing on there, like the take home horror. I feel like those posts are so short and it's just, I don't know. Right, yeah. It'll be slightly less content on my blog, website, whatever you want to call it, but I'm hoping it's going to be better because, you know, I'll have more time to work on it. So if you have any stuff that you would like me to do here or on the blog, let me know in the comment section down below. Right, yeah, and feel free to answer the questions for yourself in the comments as well. I'd love to read them. Right, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and hit that notification bell to become a creepy peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye.